Hello, glad to see you here today. My name is Nate. I'm your host today. I'm coming to you from near or far. So grab a chair, kick back, and enjoy. As you see in my description, we are at Brunswick town, North Carolina. It's a town that was burned early in the 1700s. It's in an abandoned town, so we thought we'd come over here today, and they're doing a lot of archaeologists is here. So before I go in the museum, they got this plaque up here. I'll have to stop the video and start it back up. It says John LaPrere, ordained 1707, came to America in 1708. Served in many churches in the area. A missionary of social society. I'm a missionary of society for the propagation of the gospel. 1732 to 1755. See if there's anything on this side. Oh, it's the same. It says it's the same thing. The museum right there that we can go into and look around. But over here is the church that was burned. This is an abandoned church. They got plaques all around this thing. And the wind's gonna start blowing. You can actually see on some of the bricks. You can see the burn marks. And this is, it says Colonel Maurice Moore, a gentleman, soldier, a king, who in the year of our Lord 1725 founded as in a wilderness the town of Brunswick, on which was built a parish church, Church of St. Philip. Also, the heroes and patriots, the lower Cape Fear, whose brave deeds illustrated the colonial history. Brunswick was for a time the seat royal government in the province of North Carolina, and the residence of the colonial governors. And like I said, this is the church. It was burned. Oh, you can actually see it on this wall really good. You can see this wall back here on the back really good. The burn marks. And this right here is talking about the St. Phillips Church interior. This is what it looked like. This building, what it used to look like. So, this window the big windows and two right beside it is actually right there. And there was pews all down through here with large columns on each side. And this is a sign that says, "Do not climb on, touch, or otherwise deface church." So don't try to come in here and try to climb up in the windows and, you know, take pictures and stuff. That's defacing it. But this is the St. Phillips Church from this angle. That's my niece over there crying. I don't know why. That's the door that you went into, and you've seen on that plaque right there. There's still those three big windows. I mean, they got some crypts out here too. A small graveyard. It says, "In the memory of Benjamin Smith, soldier and statesman, born 1756, died in 1826. This was also a fort. This is part of the mounds on the fort. They just tore these down for a walkway. That's amazing right there. Way up here near the water, not too far from the water. But this is called Fort Anderson. I would read some of this stuff, but it's so messed up you can't really see it. It's so worn that you can't really see it. It says a view of Brunswick town. We're about to walk down here and look. They have houses. And those fences, those are houses. Those down near the water, there's houses. So we're going back to walk down there and check them out. As you can tell, this used to be a home. Wasn't a very big house. Maybe one room. All these, like I said, all these fences around these houses, or fences right here, were homes. This right here was you can tell where the front door was. It's one room shack. They got a plaque up here. Oh, this is, I think this is her house. Margaret McCorkle. This one right here is a little bit bigger. You can actually tell where the chimney was on this one. You can actually tell the chimney was right here. And the back door was over there. The front door was over here. No, I'm not supposed to be over there, but and this is part of the other. This is the front door. And that's the chimney from this side. And this was a home at Brunswick Town. Hebron Reynolds site. This is what it looked like. And they're doing a lot of excavation right here. They found a lot of stuff up there that they showed us. This is another house. That's where they're excavating right there. Well, I'm gonna walk down here and look at this cannon. It's a nice sized cannon right here. It don't actually say what caliber it is. But I bet you they fire this thing right here when they do some kind of special events down here. Now over here, it does not have a plaque up. But I just wonder if this was the town grill. It was like the bricks on it's burnt, or a chimney to an old house, another another home. Yes, I was right. That was a smokehouse. And this is what it looked like back then, with the house and the fence around it. And this is Nathan Moore's front, and Nathaniel Moore, son of Maurice Moore. And this was his house. It's just floor plans of what it looked like. And this is actually the house right here, or the foundation. You can see back there in the back with this two rocks right there. It is that's the chimney. That's where the chimney was. This is the Judge Maurice Moore's family, and this was his home. Conjuncture was this left side, but this was his home right here. That's the only thing you're gonna see in this Brunswick town is just foundations, because the town was burned. And here's another home, but they don't, the chimney, part of a home, but they don't have a plaque back there. They got one up here I'm fixed to go to. That's one room right there. Oh, there's a lizard. Oh, he's fast. So that's a room. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 room house. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was the stables. This was the stables. This was the horse stables. And this right here is the port of Brunswick. And they actually have a wall down there. I'm fixing to walk over here where you can see it clearly. That's the port wall. We're right here on the, this is beautiful. Right here on the water. And this is the Leech Josbin's house. This was also 2 rooms. That was the front. There's the fireplace. James Etsy house. It was built in 1731. And it was a 2-room house. Pretty good, you know, this one's a little bit bigger. That one over there wasn't that big. It says, caution, beware of wildlife. Yeah, beware of gators. I feel like some gators could be in here. Boy, it's hot out here. A little moat right here. Something jump in the water. And this right here is part of the Fort Anderson. This right in here. And you can see the mounds up there. That's not hills, those are mounds for the fort. This was the fort town. Some of the scenery out here at the water. Beautiful scenery. A boat coming down the waterway. That's not really a boat. That's a cabin cruiser. This is the Battle of Fort Anderson. You really can't read anything on it. February 17th, 1865. Part of the Civil War. The second day of Battle of Anderson. I wish I could read it. And this is the third day and final day. I can read this one a little bit. About 1 a.m. on the 19th, Hagood telegraphed General Hoke, Confederate commander in Wilmington, about the fort and Union fleet bombing the fort from the river. I read a little bit of it. You can't really, that's the mounds. This is the fort right here. Get you a good exercise out here. And that's part of the fort too. And they got signs up here that says stay off the mounds. Please stay off mounds. It's a nice sized cannon right there. It's a big cannon. This is some of the guns that was on the fort. We back at the museum part. I think we're gonna walk around the museum a little bit. This right here is another house, but they don't have a plaque to it. They don't have a, it's a 2-room house. It looks like a very small room up front. And also, I was gonna show you this too. Up here is some torture. This thing right here is kind of like being crucified, kind of like it, because they would stand right here on this box down here, and they would put their arms in and their head, and they had to stand there. Well, the problem was, the more you stand there, the weaker your muscles get, and eventually you can't hold yourself up, and you really suffocate because all your weight pulls down on your chest and everything. Now we're going into the museum they have here. We're walking. Now we're going to the exhibit hall.
The humidity could stay gone. That's what's the worst part.
Oh yeah.
Canon right here. This is some of the artifacts they have in here. Cape Fear Indians. Decline of the Cape Fear Indians by 1715. And this was a part of a canoe that was found by the archaeologists from the Indians, and this was exploring the lower Cape Fear. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. They have a well. I think that's a well. Or some kind of fire pit. And they have some pottery that was excavated from here. They have a cannon. The Spanish attack. I'll just let you read it. Now this is some pretty cool artifacts. They have scissors, a thimble, needles, fishing hooks. They have a liquor bottle, a bowl, lead gaze bowl. And this building right here I'm fixing to walk up to is the governor's house, home of Royal Governor Dobbs and Tryon, site of Stamp Act resistance in 1765, burned in American Revolution. Now walking up to this green shed was not here. This green shed didn't used to be here. They built a shed around this. But this is the governor's mansion. We pulled off the side of the road right here, and that's what met us. I ain't going down in there. That daggone thing will tear you up. Old gator.
Where's the other one at?
He's alive. He's moving. Get something out there. Get some food out there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna feed him this week.
What?
Take a picture with your pencil.
And that's the other gator right there. You can barely see her head right there. It's a female. She's her head's right there at the lily pads.
Look at the gator. Look, Jason.
I wanted to show this when we first got here, but we all had to use the restroom. But this is where we walked around today, and I hope you enjoyed today's video.